Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry was divided into 4 houses: Gryffindor, founded by Godric Gryffindor; Hufflepuff, founded by Helga Hufflepuff; Ravenclaw, founded by Marina Ravenclaw; and Slytherin, founded by Salazar Slytherin. These houses have their own traits and personality. Based on the Sorting Hat's songs, we learn about the bravery of Gryffindor, the wit of Ravenclaw, the cunning of Slytherin, and the trustworthiness of Hufflepuff. Today, we'll be featuring one of the Hogwarts houses, home for witches and wizards of great wit. For fans of wisdom and wit, we've rounded up some of our favourite facts about the cleverest house at Hogwarts. Get ready to know more about the House of Ravenclaw. Before we start, if you guys find this video interesting, please let us know by smashing the like button. And if you enjoyed the contents on our video playlist and want to see more, just click subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell to get the latest updates. The Ravenclaw symbol and colour was changed in the movie. A common misconception about Ravenclaw concerns the house colours and its animal mascot. Its colour is usually thought to be blue and silver, but the original Ravenclaw colours are actually blue and bronze. These colours are taken from the sky, blue, and the feathers of an eagle, that is the house symbol, bronze. You heard it right guys, it's eagle. Most people assume that Ravenclaw has a raven, but that's not the case. Ravenclaw's animal is actually an eagle, which represents the ability to soar through heights which others can't even dream to climb, making it a symbol of broad vision. Although many tend to associate the raven with Ravenclaw, we should remember that none of the house names are taken from the symbols. Instead, they are the surnames of Hogwarts founders. The misconception started when Warner Bros. Decided to change the colours and the symbol for the films, baffling many fans. The animal symbol was fixed at the end of the series, as the symbolic eagle appears, relieving the hardcore Ravenclaws watching the movie. Ravenclaw is associated with the element of air. As well as the colours, animals, and common personality traits, J.K. Rowling has revealed that each of the houses is connected to one of the 4 elements of nature. Ravenclaw is associated with air, Gryffindor is associated with fire, Slytherin with water, and Hufflepuff with earth. Rowling intended this to be a reference to the balance between the houses, and the need for balance between the traits that the houses represent. Air suited perfectly for Ravenclaw, as air is somewhat associated with clear sight, elevation, and a long-standing connection to the spirit and the mind. The air's swiftness and lightness have often drawn comparisons with the elusive nature of thought, and those who spend their days lost in thought are said to have their heads in the clouds. The Ravenclaw common room is the highest in Hogwarts. Each of the houses has a common room, one which is directly attached to the dorms. Each room is associated with the element of the house. Hufflepuff is underground, in the basement, Slytherin dungeons are under the lake, and Ravenclaw Tower stretches into the sky. The Ravenclaw common room is known for having the best views of the Hogwarts grounds, and it's found at the top of a high spiral staircase. The main common room features several high arched windows to take advantage of the views, and the dorms are in turrets, with 4-poster beds hung with sky blue silk. As well as being a house for the wisest of the students, Ravenclaw is definitely not one for students who are afraid of heights. Professor McGonagall was almost a Ravenclaw, and so was Hermione. Wondered why Minerva was so capable of answering the eagle's riddle? Actually, she was very nearly a Ravenclaw herself. Professor McGonagall is what's known as a Hat Style, a student that the Sorting Hat has difficulty placing. Minerva was a hat stall between Ravenclaw and Gryffindor, and the hat ended up taking a full 5.5 minutes to finally place her in Gryffindor. Like Minerva McGonagall, Hermione is also an intelligent wizard, an avid reader, and devoted student. She goes above and beyond when it comes to her learning. With this kind of almost excessive love of books and studying, even the other students have wondered why she wasn't a Ravenclaw. The thing is, Hermione actually expressed her preference for Gryffindor at the start of her first year, and as we know, the hat takes preference into account. Both of them value courage above learning, and certainly both are incredibly brave person, and it's also easy to see why both of them became a Gryffindor. One famous Ravenclaw is actually from Hufflepuff. Ravenclaws are particularly proud of their famous and successful alumni, so much that they may have occasionally taken credit for which a witch or wizard who wasn't technically a Ravenclaw, but certainly had the brains to be. The most famous of these is Bridget Wenlock, a fabulously brainy witch who is known for her work in mathematics. Wenlock, born in the year 1202, was a genius of arithmancy, the study of the magical properties of numbers and divination using them. It was Wenlock who first discovered the magical properties of the number 7, although she nearly lost the theorem due to the habit of writing all her work down in invisible ink to protect it. Wenlock appears on her own chocolate frog card and is one of the magical community's best known arithmancers. Because of her intelligence, she is often assumed to be a Ravenclaw, although she is actually a Hufflepuff alumni. In the late 80s, a student named Gabrielle Truman got into a duel with a Ravenclaw prefect over a mistake, with both insisting that Wenlock belonged to their house. Marina Ravenclaw supposedly died of a broken heart. The Hogwarts founder who created Ravenclaw House was the famed Rowena Ravenclaw, a Scottish witch known for her intelligence and creativity. She is described as beautiful but intimidating, and was a close friend of Helga Hufflepuff back in the day. According to Hogwarts legend, it was Rowena who decided on the name and the location of Hogwarts, thanks to a dream she had about a water-covered hog leading her to a cliff by the lake. She is also responsible for the design of the Hogwarts floor plan, and the constantly changing staircases and hallways that confuse so many new students. Rowena taught at Hogwarts, prizing those students who were quick-witted and studious, and even taught her own daughter during her time at the school. Sadly, Rowena died a sad death not long after her daughter Helena ran away. Some say that Rowena died of a broken heart, missing her daughter and destroyed by her treachery. Helena Ravenclaw was killed by the Slytherin house ghosts. Rowena's daughter, Helena, was jealous of her mother and wanted to be more clever, more important than her. Helena ended up stealing her mother's diadem. This beautiful piece of jewellery was said to be enchanted to enhance the wisdom of the wearer. Although Helena stole the diadem, she fled to Albania to hide. Rowena was heartbroken, but she refused to betray her daughter, choosing to not even tell her fellow founders what her daughter had done. Rowena, however, sent the Baron after Helena to bring her home as she was ailing. The Baron, who was in love with Helena, found her in Albanian forest, but Helena refused to come home to Scotland with him. Furious at her refusal, the Baron murdered her on the spot, and then, overcome with remorse, turned his weapon on himself. Later, the ghost of the Baron and of Helena Ravenclaw returned to Hogwarts to become the ghosts of their respective houses. Ravenclaw is quite an impressive Hogwarts house. It is a haven for the eccentric, a house who encourages curiosity. It's also the most advanced between the houses, and it is the only house who asks riddles, not passwords, to let the students enter their common room. Ravenclaw's house is very impressive, that even one of the alumni invented the flu powder. Did the quirky trivia about Ravenclaw surprise you? What else do you know about the wisest, most studious and quirkiest house? What is your favourite house from Hogwarts? If you have any remarkable trivias and facts about Ravenclaw that you wanted to be celebrated, please shout it down in the comments and let us know why. And also, if you want to give your family a surprise gift for any special occasion, you can always check out our website and look for creative and adorable gifts. This has been Music Chess, your Hogwarts Houses Trivia Master, signing out.